What's going on, guys? Today is October something. It is that rainy day up in the Northeast. Today I have I think it's either the second or the third generation Acura Honda MDX, similar to the RDX. So today we're going to be talking about this model. So the Acura MDX has 3 generations. It has the first year, which is from 2001 to 2006, which is the Whitey one. Second generation, 2007 to 2013. Third generation is 2014 to present, 2020. The new models are coming out. Different models come with different engines. Some of them come with either the 3.0, the 3.5, or the 3.7 liter V-TEC. So this one has the, there it goes. This one has the 3.5 liter, and the models, they range from the 3.0 liter to the 3.7 V6 V-TEC. And they range from 240 horsepower to almost 300. So this model was the first model to pass the Acura quality line, a special quality control and verification process separate from other Honda V. So either this model or the next generation, has the Acura Watch, the collision warning, automatic emergency braking, lane departure warnings, and adaptive cruise control. I don't think this model has all that stuff, or this generation, but has the moon roof. Nice, you can see it raining. There's my umbrella. Now the first generation had side steps, so for if you can't get in, and it also had a roof rack. Now the newer generations do not. So good thing about the MDX versus the RDX is that it has 3 rows. So it has the front row, the second row, and then the back row. It has the fold-up seats. So some models, they have the auto 4-wheel drive system when wheel slippage is detected, but other ones have the lock mode that provides permanent 4-wheel drive. And I think all of these come in automatic transmissions. They do have the paddle shifters. So now we're going to go into the RDX. So the RDX is basically a smaller crossover than this one. This one is a mid-size. The MDX is longer, wider, and taller. Now the RDX has it either comes with the 2.3 liter K23 turbo or the 2.0 liter K20 turbo, which is a lot of engines that Honda guys swap in. The RDX only has 2 rows. It only seats 4 or 5 people, while this one seats 7 or 8, I think. Got all this extra room for fun stuff, for exercises and activities that the RDX does not have. Very nice center console, has all the goodies, got the GPS system, very nice audio system. So I'm going to do a quick show of the engine bay. It's raining here, I don't want to get wet. I'm holding an umbrella, so bear with me. So here she blows. This is the 3.5 liter V6 turbo, I think. Acura. So I think it's close to 300 horsepower or something. The RDX needs required premium 91 octane. This one takes mid-grade because it has a Honda variable flow turbocharger that reduces boost lag. It has a top-mounted intercooler. This is not the RDX. This is the MDX. So V6 instead of the 4-cylinder turbo. Now on the wiki it says that it shares a platform with the Honda Pilot, while the RDX shares a platform with the CR. The RDX went from the K23 first gen to the K20 turbo second gen, and then the third gen RDX has the 3.5 liter V6, which is I think the same engine what's in the. So from the first generation to the third generation, they vary in horsepower. They come from 240 to 300 horsepower, and they have a hybrid version of these too. Now I think that the wheels are a little bit bigger on the second and the third gen than the first gen. But if you're out, you know, in the mountains where I live, this would be a better choice than say the minivan. It sits up higher, has a little bit higher suspension, so you can go over those rocks and stuff. I know it comes in handy here when I don't want to be driving my slammed Honda around in a day like this. So yeah, I think they all come in a 4-wheel drive, but some of them have the auto system where wheel slippage is detected. Where I think the first gen has the lock mode that is permanent, provides permanent 4-wheel drive. First generation had the side steps and the roof rack on top, so I guess they went away with that. So the Honda Odyssey minivan seats 8, the Honda Pilot SUV seats 8, the MDX seats 7, and the RDX seats 4 or 5. 3 rows of foldable seats. The back goes up, but I got some junk in there. Very beautiful dual exhaust tips. Now it can tow. I think we had to put this on, or I think it was aftermarket, to get this hitch on, but this car does tow 5,000 pounds. So if you got a boat, camper or something. Some pretty nice tires, pretty big ones too. I really like the suspension up here. It is really good in the mountains. So if you live in a flat, you know, plain or something, you might want to get the minivan instead. But if you're out, you know, in the country or something, I think this would be the better option. I would go with the MDX over the RDX because of capacity. You can fit more things and more people in it. I mean, it does have the 4-cylinder turbo, but so the RDX is basically a smaller version of this with a 4-cylinder turbo engine instead of the V6. So I would say the first thing I like about this car is the suspension and the wheel package. I keep saying it, but it's really good up here in the mountains. The second thing I'll probably like is probably the torque that it provides. It's a very go-getter car. Now I would say the first thing I don't like about the car is the rear visibility. It's a pretty small window, and say when you're merging, you know, sometimes I use the mirrors, but sometimes I look back. And when you look back, I mean, you really just have, I mean, you could lean over, but when I'm turning my head, I can only really just see through this little window right here. So it does get a little, I think some models have that. Second thing I don't really like is that on this dashboard, it has like these cup things right here. So I say if I'm sitting in the passenger side, we're going too fast and I'm trying to look at how fast we're going, I can't really see because this is all in the way. You know, this. I'm sure you could, you know, futz around with it, but it's like peripheral vision. You know. The steering system's really nice. It drives so smooth. The power steering's I love V-TEC. Yep. HID xenons. Very beautiful. Very beautiful. Projector headlights, none of that reflector headlight. Acura. Sporty. Rain, rain, go away. Water. Yep, that's smooth.